Kampala was really different to what I thought. I knew it was a capital city, I knew it was going to be built up, but I just wasn't expecting the westernised places. I didn't even almost think that they would be on TripAdvisor. A lot of people sort of thought, oh, you're staying in a mud hut. And I was like, no, I was in a Western hotel, and a lot of people were surprised about that. For the first week, we spent it with Peas, which is charity built schools in Africa, and they were putting in a solar installation. It really hit home when all the girls were talking about not having light and the fear of not being able to go to the loo in the middle of the night. So I've always been in a situation where I could just turn on a light switch. So it's really nice that, you know, they're going to have this light and they're going to have the option and not have that fear anymore. I really loved the concept they had out there of Girls Club, which even we were surprised to see boys go to. And we said, you know, what does Girls Club mean to you? Why have you joined this, you know, as a boy? And Raymond was the one who sort of piped up and said, in Uganda, we say if a girl is educated, then the whole nation's educated. He just seemed like such a lovely, intelligent, driven boy. Over the course of the time we were there, we got a real taste of Ugandan food. We had beans and something they called posho and matoki, which was like banana. And it's good in a way. It was a really good experience and made me feel a lot more appreciative of what I have, definitely. And then we moved on to Luero, which was sort of out in the sticks a bit more. The hotel was a bit different. It sort of had a tap and a bucket for a shower. We had no lights in the hallways or up the stairs, and I was scared trying to get my key out, trying to get in the door quickly. So I really empathised with them and actually felt the fear that they feel. I got a bit sick, which was bad because I had to stay in the hotel for a whole day and almost felt a little bit imprisoned because I was in this completely new place and I didn't know where I was. So that was probably my down point of the trip. But then we went to see the Habitat for Humanity families. And it was just lovely sharing their stories, and they were so proud of their homes and proud of what they had. In a way, it sort of seemed like they wanted to share, and maybe they enjoyed the fact that they had some other people to share their experiences with. One of the stories that was really quite touching was James and Ruth, who looked after their granddaughter because their own daughter had died during birth. And the daughter, Nora, she had cerebral malaria, and I think they had a small amount of medicine that would keep her out of pain. But they couldn't afford something as small as a brace so she could walk for £50, something that, you know, we'd go out and spend on a meal, and they couldn't give that to her and just allow her to even go and play with her sisters and brothers. So that was hard to see, because obviously you want to just give that to them because it's so easy for us to have. My mum was texting me and she was saying, why do you keep telling me you love me? And I'm like, sorry, I'm just like really, you know, you just appreciate every little thing that your family, your parents do for you a lot more, because you see how much they appreciate what their families do. One of my favourite stories was Mary, in a way, of her becoming pregnant and the fact that Peas allowed her to come back to education because she really wanted to carry on with her studies and, you know, make a life for her and her daughter Precious. In Uganda, children can't necessarily go back to school. They'll be, you know, ridiculed or said that they're a bad example, which is hard to believe, that someone who, you know, gets pregnant is not allowed back in school. It was emotionally exhausting. So it was sort of when I landed in England, I sort of almost had a little tear in my eye because it was tiring, and we were working long days. You don't realise, and I don't think anyone realises how much you do in filming and how, you know, tiring it is. We were on our feet constantly, but it was amazing. So it was worth it.